Hey, Martin from Memberstack here, and welcome to Memberscript 154. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add two-factor authentication to your Memberstack login forms. Right, let me show you how that would work. When a member logs in and goes to their account settings, if they have two-factor authentication enabled, on login again, they'll be redirected to a special verification page, where they can then be asked to enter a 6-digit code from the Authenticator app. Okay, so on the settings page, they'll have the option to either enable two-factor authentication to turn it on or off, and then they'll be asked to scan a QR code like this. Once they scan it, that will be added to their device on their Google Authenticator app. Okay. So if I just log back into my account, I should be redirected to the two-factor authentication page in order to verify, and then I'll be redirected back to my dashboard. Just to log back into my account, now that I've enabled two-factor authentication, I'll be redirected to the two-factor authentication page, where I can now enter the 6-digit code that was provided in Google Authenticator. So, on successful confirmation, I'll be redirected to my success page or my dashboard page, depending on where you want to send your users. Right. Now, let me show you how to set this up inside of the team. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is to have the following pages: your login page, sign up, a two-factor authentication page, the success page, and a account settings page for your users. And then you're going to grab Memberscript 154 and add it to the following pages. So this Memberscript is split into 4 scripts that need to be added on each individual page. So on the login page, you'll add Memberscript 154, script 1, and it should look like this. You'll also need to add Memberscript 154, script 2 on the two-factor authentication page, and that should look like this, as well as script 3 on the settings page, and then script 4 on the success page or the dashboard page. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link to these codes should be in the description below. And if you're watching this from the Memberstack side, then you should have already seen the code. Okay, so we're first going to start off with the login page. On the login page itself, just to go down to the script here, you're first going to add a script that'll check if a member is logged in and if they have two-factor authentication turned on. If they do and they haven't verified, then they'll be redirected to the two-factor authentication page if they're not verified. Otherwise, then it will send them straight to their dashboard or success page like normal. You'll paste the script right before the body, right before the closing body tag on your login page. And then next, we're going to head over to the settings page, where users will then have to turn on or turn off their two-factor authentication. But first, on the login page as well, on the login form, you're going to add data ms over here, data ms redirect current URL, just to make sure that this does not redirect to your dashboard page without actually checking if a member is first verified. Okay, so next up is the settings page over here. This is where members can turn on or turn off the two-factor authentication. So just to look at the script again, the script generates a unique secret. Generates a unique secret, and it creates a QR code based on that secret. The QR code then shows up. Yes, the QR code then shows up on the page so that they can scan it with their phone. That secret is saved in their member JSON data, making it super secure. So once they uncheck the box again, then it disappears and that data will be wiped. So you'll also need to make sure that you have these following elements on the page. So just to have a look at the form over here. So on the checkbox itself, you're going to need the following attributes. So data ms code enabled to FA, and then data ms member to FA enabled. Okay, so then you're also going to need to create this container, or this QR container. You can style it as You can style it however you want to style it, but just to make sure that you have this within your form. And that's going to need an attribute of data MS code to FA QR container. And then within that, you'll have an image element for the QR code, which will be data MS code with this attribute. So to FA QR image. And then the text element over here that you can set up to say anything you'd like it to say. And then a close button that will close the container once they've scanned the QR code and set it up in Google Authenticator. So just to go back to the script on this page, you will need to change the name of your app over here. So the name of your site, this is titled Memberscript 154. And once a user scans the QR code, it will be saved as Memberscript 154. So depending on what your site is named, please change this to how you want it to show up in a user's Google Authenticator app. Besides that, we will then move on to the next pages. On to your two-factor authentication page. Okay, this is where members will enter a 6-digit code from their app. On this page, you will add a short form, which includes an input field, this input field, with the attribute of data MS code, data MS code to FA code. And then a submit button over here with data MS code to FA submit. Okay, within this form, you can also add another div, which will show the error message when a verification code is incorrect. That will have the attribute of data MS error and then to FA code. You can then add this script on this page, so it will be Memberscript 154, and that is script 2 to this page. So the script will handle the form submission, and it grabs the code and compares it to the one inside of Memberstack. If it matches, then it will flag a session in the storage so that they do not have to re-enter the code again until they are logged out. Then it just redirects them to their dashboard once they have verified. Okay, so one thing you're going to want to change here is this location that you're going to be sending users. Obviously, your dashboard name is going to be named something else. Currently, mine is named Success. So you just change this to your slug for your dashboard page. You'd also have to do the same on the login page. So you can leave this one as two-factor verification, verify, unless you'd rename it here. Then you'd also have to rename it in the login script. And as well as renaming this redirect for the success page. If your dashboard is in something else, please rename it here as well. So if you change your two-factor authentication slug, just close this. You can see my slug is 2FA verify, and for my dashboard, it's named success. So on the login form, you need to make sure that those two things, 2FA verify and then success, are actually named or are the correct slug names for your pages. Lastly, we will go to the dashboard page or the success page, where there will be a small script over here, which is Memberscript 154 part 4, which checks if they have two-factor authentication turned on, and if a member has not verified in that session yet, they'll be then sent back to the two-factor verification page. So again, if you're changing that slug for the two-factor authentication page, please rename it over here as well to make sure that those two correspond. So the script here will make sure that no one skips that verification step by just guessing the URL. And that's it. Once all of these scripts are in place, your Memberstack site should have full two-factor authentication support, and your members get more security, and you stay in control of who has access to protected content. If you are tweaking or styling the copy, you can do that all inside of Webflow. And again, if you're changing out the slugs or renaming it to whatever you want your pages to be called, make sure you also confirm it inside of the scripts. Don't forget to check the description for the link to the code. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the Slack 2.0 channel. All right. Bye.